Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Hoobie186 back again with another video, and this one's going to be my review of Sony's press conference. Um, let's see, what did they start off with? They started off with like this awesome montage. It went a little long, I'm not gonna lie, but it was an awesome montage of just all the games that Sony has in their library, third party and first party. So after that Jack Trenton came out, introduced Kazurai. I'm surprised Kaz didn't talk in the what do you call it, in the conference, but it was fine. Jack actually did a good job this year. Like, I always thought that he was really a drag in the past press conferences, but this year it was good. Like, the whole show's pacing was really good. It was exactly what every press conference, in my opinion, should be about. Just ham out all the bullshit, not all this BS banter that you see. Just fucking talk about the games, introduce us, introduce us to the games, showcase the games. That's it, man. That's what I want in a E3 press conference. None of this, crap all this crap that others show, and all this, unfunny banter that goes on in all other conferences. I like it that this year they just fucking just went straight to the games, talked about the game, and that was it, man. So anyways, he did his thing. Then the first game that they showed was Quant Quantum Dreams latest project. I think that's whatever. Anyway, it was the people behind every Heavy Rain. So they showed their new project called Beyond Two Souls. Like, the game, I mean, obviously the game looks amazing. I mean, it's probably gonna take the same type of form that Heavy Rain did, with being more of an interactive movie. So they have some leeway to make the graphic look as amazing as they did, and definitely. And but the thing that had me the most interested, after they showed the dialogue between the cop and the girl, and that stuff was kind of like, what the hell's gonna happen next. I was actually, for like a second, on the edge of my seat, wondering what's gonna happen next. And then they showed, after the SWAT team came in, after the dude opened the door, they showed like some in gameplay footage of this crazy shit going on. So it really it actually looked very interesting. They did note that you're going to follow this girl throughout her life. So it seems like it's going to be like a long interactive type game. So that's quite interesting. So after that, what else did they show? They, I guess they mentioned a little bit of Vita stuff, and this was really, I think, the biggest I probably would say letdown of the conference, was that they didn't really show a lot of Vita stuff. They did show some two big titles. Obviously, the Call of Duty game, like Black Ops 2 Declassified, is coming out for the Vita. They didn't show anything. They just showed the title, which was kind of a letdown. And but still, they showed that. And then they also showed a new Assassin's Creed 3 game. This one's Liberation. This one's going to be taking place in a different area, and the protagonist is going to be a female. Now, again, I'm not really into Assassin's Creed, but I would probably much rather play either a cheaper version or a mobile version of that game. So, I'll try. Hopefully they have a demo. I'll try out the demo. If I like it, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So they had that. But again, it was very scarce on the Vita stuff. I know they're probably gonna show some more Vita stuff, on the ground floor and stuff like that, of games being announced. But it would have been nice to have seen them focus more on the Vita. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But whatever. They did what they did. Um, what else did they do? What else did they show? Ubisoft came out, and they showed the what you call it, uh the sea battle that you can do in the game, which it looked beautiful. It did look beautiful. I don't know how fun it would be, but the graphic did look very beautiful. And then they showed the Far Cry co-op thing, which was okay, I guess. And then perhaps the biggest drag in the show was the Wonder Book presentation. Again, like I saw Zephyrinus's input on it, and it does make sense. He said that you look at it could be something that they can use augmented for DC comics and stuff like that. Which I understand, but I don't want to spend. It seemed that fucking presentation spent like forever. It just took forever, and I'm not interested in that shit. So that was really the biggest drag on the show for me. Um, and then what else did they show? They talked about PlayStation Suite, which they renamed PlayStation Mobile. Kind of interesting. What else did they show? And then really they showed perhaps the two big perhaps the two biggest gameplay footage of them all. Like for one, God of War Ascension. Obviously the gameplay does look very similar to the past God of War games. Which is fine. It does look like they made him younger, but what I think they should have done was showcase the single player first outside of before E3, and then showcase the multiplayer. I think that would have been a better showcase of the new God of War, because obviously multiplayer is the not important, because multiplayer is obviously going to be the main um thing that they show that's new to the franchise. So again, but what they showed was pretty cool. This Kratos just kicking ass and just basically just kicking ass and severing limbs and shit like that. So yeah, but obviously the main thing in the show of the press conference was the last thing that Sony showed, which was The Last of Us. And I mean, one, graphically looked amazing. It definitely looked amazing. The animation, they seem very they look, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people say that it looks realistic. It looks weird. The animation looked weird to me. The way he was walking and stuff like that, it looked a little bit weird to me. But the stuff that looked good was pretty much just the atmosphere of everything. And you see him up close choking the guy and putting him to sleep basically. And then you see him trying to go around for cover. And it made it seem very it made it seem very atmospheric about how everything is, how any normal person would react in that situation, which looked cool. And then they showed the melee stuff that you can do. They showed how intelligent the AI was going to be. And they showed how what's that girl's name? I forgot the little girl, how she comes into effect. And I think they even mentioned that as the way that you play, how you play, whether it's about trying to not so much kill the person, kill everyone, just kind of how you interact with the enemy, how you interact with the enemy affects her. As she might become more vicious as well, or not as kind-hearted as it all depends on your actions. And I thought that was really cool. Definitely the shotgun to the face at the end. That was the perfect ending to the conference. So yeah, overall my take on the Cole conference, I'll give it a solid B, man. I just love the pacing of it. It was straight to the point. And while I know the Sony's press conferences in the past have been boring, as far as especially when Jack Turton is on there. This was the first conference where I just felt like it just wasn't boring. It was just straight to the point. You know what I mean? It was just straight to the point. It was professional, straight to the point. That's what I like about Sony press conferences. It's just straight to the point, man. None of the glam and flair and shit like that you'll see from other conferences, which is not bad, which is not completely bad. It depends on how you do it. You know what I mean? It depends on how you do it. But I just like the fact it was professional, straight to the point. The games that they showed, the three exclusive games that they showed were all just stuff that you'd expect. Just great graphics, great gameplay, compelling storyline. That's what the PlayStation brand is really all about. So that was cool. The fact it's good that we finally have a Call of Duty Vita game announced at the very least. And we have a name for it. I just wish I would have seen some gameplay footage of it. and Assassin's Creed 3, PlayStation Mobile, all this stuff. Good, this is good stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but whatever. The only drag was the one the books thing. I just think it went too fucking long. But other than that, I give it a solid B, man. A solid B. That's my take on it. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do Nintendo's press conference next. Anyway, this is Who We 186. I'm out.